Hi, my name is Teresa Ackerley, and this is my story about grieving my husband. We were married for just 13 years, and on July 31st, 2011, I held his hand as he slipped away in the hospital after fighting sarcoma cancer for just 2 months. Sarcoma is a soft tissue cancer that's found mostly in children and only 1% of adults. Um, Very rare and hard to diagnose. In my family, we really don't show grief. We come across as strong, like everything's fine when we're really dying inside. Um, I'm a school bus driver for special needs kids, so a lot of times I feel like I have to put on the front, like everything's fine, try not to cry in front of people, thinking, it won't look too professional. But I have been sad, confused, scared, frustrated, pissed, tired, forgetful. I was told the day after my husband died that I should go through and get rid of this stuff. That way it's not in the house. Um, well, I didn't feel comfortable with that, so it wasn't until 5 months later when I got up enough courage to start going through his belongings. I felt like if I was getting rid of this stuff, I would be getting rid of him. Like somehow he would be mad at me for not holding onto his things. But for the first year, I really didn't deal with grief. Um, I tried to fight back the tears, thinking if I cried, I was weak and falling apart. Cooking was rare, showering was minimal, shopping was only going to the corner store for a few things, and just rarely going to the supermarket. Laundry piled up, and the house pretty much turned into a disaster area because everything was such a chore or overwhelming to do. Um, Holidays were dreaded because, it was just another reminder that he wasn't there. Same with the birthdays. Um, I felt like really alone, like no one understood me, how I felt, and frustrated he wasn't there to help me with things. At the end of the first year, that's when everything started to fall apart. For the next 5 months, I had major insomnia, and because of it, I was getting more irritable at work, and I came really, really close to quitting. Um, then in January of this year, because of the depression and because of the insomnia, um, I came really super close to offing myself. At that point, I was just hanging on by a thread. I was hardly eating at all, and all I wanted to do was just seclude and die. That's when I finally got help, and it killed my pride asking for help because I thought that I should be able to find a way to deal with this on my own or just snap out of it. Um, there have been days when I've had major temper tantrums by throwing things across the room like bags, magazines, clothes or pillows or something. But then just a few days ago, I had a complete meltdown. I threw myself on the floor and I bawled my eyes out to the point where it was hard to breathe. I didn't want to let him go. I didn't know. I mean, I knew that he was in a better place and he wasn't suffering anymore. But I also knew that he wasn't coming back, but I didn't care. I was pissed he wasn't still here. So many people have told me, oh, try to remember the good times, and, you know, oh, he wouldn't want you to be sad. Well, it's in those memories of the good times that I would get started really realizing that he was no longer here and he wasn't coming back. Some days I'm okay, and other times I'm just like crazy. I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to start picking up the pieces and start a new life. I'm just really sick of having to hide my feelings. So that's one reason why I made this video. Another is to let the grievers, not let other grievers know that it's that they're not alone and they're not crazy. I've been playing the Superwoman role for just way too long, and I'm just way too tired to keep up the act anymore. I still don't know where I'm going from here. I'm just taking it one day at a time. Some people want to know how they can help me. Well, let me cry. Let me have the temper tantrums like a kid. Vent. And it's okay to talk about them. There are days that I feel like shutting out the world, and other days I feel like I can't be alone. But don't judge me just because I let the house go or because I don't shower every day. Don't expect me to be perky all the time because I'm done with that game. And I think we should just start talking about the grief instead of hiding it, because not one of us is immune. We're all going to grieve at one point or another. So let's talk about it so that we'll know what to expect. When I lost my husband, I didn't know. I thought it was just a certain period of time that we were supposed to like cry and feel bad about the person being gone. But it's taken me almost 2 years to realize that I haven't. That I haven't got a time limit. I'm gonna take all the time I need to grieve. I'm not going to just snap out of it on somebody else's timeline. Take your time as much as you need to go through the feelings. They're completely normal, and from what I hear, they won't last forever. So I think if we don't deal with the feelings now, it's going to come back to bite us in the butt later. They're not going to be worse off. Thank you.